Hello YouTubers, this is 777 Die Hard Forever coming at you with another highly anticipated and highly recommended model as I continue to play catch up. Today, I'll be doing a review on the JC Wings Commemorative ANA All Nippon Airways Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner aircraft in their specialized Dreamliner Mackerel livery scheme in a 1/200 scale model. I purchased this model from Troy's Toys, whose store is based out of Olden Park, Kansas, here in the United States of America, and his website address is www.troystoysinc.com. But first, before I get into details about this particular model, allow me to share some information about the history of ANA All Nippon Airways and how they came about, if you would, please. ANA All Nippon Airways is a Japanese-based airline that was actually founded on December 27, 1952, as the airline actually traces its rooted beginnings back to its earliest ancestor, the Japan Helicopter and Aeroplane Transports Company, which is also known as Nippon Helicopter and Aeroplane, and officially commenced operations as a helicopter service sometime in February 1953, as passenger service officially begun 1 year later on February 1st, 1954, when it flew from Osaka to Tokyo using an upgraded de Havilland Heron twin-engine propeller-driven British aircraft, as it continued to operate under the Nippon Helicopter and Aeroplane name until December 1957, and that's when the company officially changed its name to what has become known today as ANA All Nippon Airways. ANA All Nippon Airways is currently the largest operating airline in the country of Japan, based on fleet size, passengers carried, and destinations served, as well as the 9th largest operating airline in the world in terms of generated revenue, whereas the headquarters of ANA All Nippon Airways is located in the Shiodome City Center office building complex, which is located in the Shiodome district area of Minato, Tokyo, Japan, while the airline's main hub and base of operations is located on the grounds of Tokyo Narita International Airport, which is located approximately 37 miles east of the Central District section of Tokyo, Japan, in the suburban Tokyo city of Narita, while the airline's main domestic hub and base of operations is located on the grounds of Tokyo Haneda International Airport, which is located approximately 8.7 miles south of the Central District section of Tokyo, Japan, in the Special Wards section of Oto. And the secondary hubs of ANA All Nippon Airways are located at Osaka Kansai International Airport, located in Osaka, Japan, and Osaka Atami Airport, located in Hyogo, Osaka Prefecture section of Osaka, Japan. And the focus city hubs of ANA All Nippon Airways are located at Nagoya Shibu Central International Airport, located in Nagoya, Japan, Nawa Airport, located in Okinawa, Japan, and Sapporo New Chitose Airport, located in Sapporo, Japan. As of February 2019, or at the time of this video review posted, ANA All Nippon Airways currently flies to 97 destinations across 4 inhabited continents in Asia, Europe, North America, Mexico, and Oceania, with an operating fleet of 239 aircraft, which includes 70 Boeing 787s, and which 36 of those are the Boeing 787-8s, including this one here, and the remaining 32 are the Boeing 787-9 stretch Dreamliners, along with 2 of the next generation Boeing 787-10s. And in addition to the 239 aircraft that currently operates in the ANA All Nippon Airways fleet, the Japanese carrier also has unfulfilled orders for an additional 86 more aircraft, which includes 12 more Boeing 787-9 stretch Dreamliners and 1 more next generation Boeing 787-10. And those aircraft, as we speak, are currently on back order and are awaiting delivery. Also, as of February 2019, or at the time of this video review posted, ANA All Nippon Airways is one of 10 airline carriers, along with Asiana Airlines, based out of Seoul, South Korea, Cathay Pacific, based out of Hong Kong, Eva Air, based out of Taipei, Taiwan, Garuda Indonesia, based out of Jakarta, Indonesia, Hainan Airlines, based out of Haikou, Hainan, China, Japan Airlines, also based out of Tokyo, Japan, Lufthansa, based out of Cologne, Germany, Qatar Airways, based out of Doha, Qatar, and Singapore Airlines, based out of Singapore, to actually hold this prestigious honor of operating as a certified 5-star airline carrier, according to the international airline review firm Skytrax magazine. Alright everyone, let's take a look at the front of the box here, and what you see in front is the top is the aircraft type, the E-Flight decal, the Dreamliner decal, the ANA title, the computer generated picture of the aircraft, the We Fly First ANA logo, as well as the slogan, as well as the 1/200 scale diecast aircraft model information that sits in front of the box. Now you're looking at the back of the box, nothing much back there except what you see back there, which is pretty much the warning information. Now you're looking at the top of the box, and what you see there, the aircraft type, even though it's upside down. Somebody dropped the ball there when they printed this box. But anyway, see the ANA title as well as the 1/200 scale diecast aircraft model information that sits on top of the box. Now you see the bottom of the box, the aircraft information, the ANA title, the two types of aircraft models, JA801A and JA802A. But this one right here, this is the one I'm going to do the review on, for the simple fact it was the very first 787 aircraft that the airline received. And then as well as the 1/200 scale diecast aircraft model information you see at the bottom of the box. Now you're looking at this metal model stand that actually came with the model. And then you see the black pad in there, folks. The purpose of that black pad in there, one, is to protect as well as prevent your model from being damaged or scrapped when you put your model on this particular model stand. Now you're looking at this plastic bag, and what you see in this plastic bag are the gear replacement doors for this particular model, featuring the two little toothpicks for these gear replacement doors. Please stay tuned as I go into detail for the purpose of these gear replacement doors for this particular model, okay? Alright, with all that information out of the way about the history of ANA All Nippon Airways and how they came about and still operating as an airline as we speak, all the details here at the front of the box, as well as the metal model stand that came with the model, as well as the gear replacement doors inside this plastic bag. With no further ado, everyone, here is the model. Check it out. There it is, everyone. The JC Wings Commemorative ANA All Nippon Airways Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner aircraft in the specialized Dreamliner Mackerel livery scheme in a 1/200 scale model. Alright, allow me to share some information how ANA All Nippon Airways became the first airline that actually ended up with this aircraft, okay? So here we go. ANA All Nippon Airways actually made aviation history as they became the actual launch customer of this particular revolutionary aircraft, the Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner aircraft, as ANA All Nippon Airways also became the very first airline in the world to acquire this brand new, prestigious, state-of-the-art next-generation aircraft, as ANA took delivery of its first of 50 Boeing 787-8s with the option to purchase 50 more of this aircraft variant that the Japanese carrier had placed orders for back on April 26, 2004, and was scheduled to receive their very first Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner aircraft sometime in May of 2008. However, due to the internal conflicts that was ongoing at Boeing concerning this particular aircraft, which went on for about 3 years to be exact, it wasn't until September 25, 2011 that launch customer ANA All Nippon Airways finally received their very first Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner aircraft, which is actually the very first Dreamliner aircraft ever delivered in the world, that bears the registration ship number JA801A, which is this aircraft looking at here, at a special delivery ceremony that was held at the Boeing 787 hangar facility in Everett, Washington. Then fast forward to 1 month later, launch customer ANA All Nippon Airways' very first Boeing 787 Dreamliner aircraft officially entered service, and the airline's first inaugural flight on this aircraft took place on October 26, 2011, which operated as a charter flight when the Tokyo-based carrier officially began operating this aircraft on their Tokyo Narita to Hong Kong route as ANA Flight 7871. That was followed with its first domestic flight service when it flew from Tokyo Haneda to Akiyama and Hiroshima respectively 6 days later on November 1st, 2011, as Tokyo Narita, Tokyo Haneda, and Osaka Atami has become the primary gateway bases for this aircraft type, with the lion's share of their Boeing 787s currently operates from their international base hubs at Tokyo Narita and Tokyo Haneda International Airports respectively. As of February 2019, or at the time of this video review posting, ANA All Nippon Airways has ordered a total of 87 Boeing 787s to add to their fleet, in which 36 of those are the Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner aircraft variant, in which all 36 Boeing 787-8s are currently operating in service, as this aircraft has become one of the airline's official flagship jetliner for the Tokyo-based carrier, along with the Boeing 787-9 stretch Dreamliner, as well as the next generation Boeing 787-10. As ANA All Nippon Airways is currently the world's largest operator of the Boeing 787 Dreamliner aircraft carrier. Alright, let's talk about this nice little livery scheme you see on here. I'm about to go in detail with that right now. Prior to becoming the very first airline in the world to take delivery of the very first next generation Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner aircraft, ANA All Nippon Airways unveiled this specialized Boeing 787 Dreamliner livery scheme to the general public on June 22, 2011, as this specialized livery scheme is actually called the Dreamliner Mackerel livery scheme, as Mackerel literally means Saba in Japanese, in which Boeing and ANA All Nippon Airways collaborated on as this specialized livery scheme was a celebration that ANA would eventually become the first airline in the world to operate the Boeing 787 Dreamliner aircraft, which took place on October 26, 2011. As the three blue lines at the rear of the aircraft you see there was designed to highlight how the three core elements of the airline's service, brand, innovation, uniqueness, and the inspiration of modern Japan operate across the ANA network. There were only two Boeing 787 Dreamliners that was actually painted in this customized livery scheme. The very first one, which bears the registration ship number JA801A, which happens to be this aircraft you're looking at here, as well as their second one, which bears the registration ship number JA802A, while the rest of their Boeing 787 was painted in their standard ANA livery scheme. But unfortunately, ANA only sported this customized livery scheme on both of their first two Boeing 787 until February 2017 and October 2017 respectively, as these aircraft have since been painted in the airline standard ANA Inspiration of Japan livery scheme. So, with all that information out of the way about the history of this aircraft, how they became the first to acquire this aircraft, as well as the livery scheme you see displayed on here that they collaborated with Boeing on, with no further ado, everyone, let's get down to the nitty gritty and allow me to show you all the details on this aircraft. And I'll show it. Let's check it out. Alright, we're going to start at the front of the aircraft here on the port side, where you see the nose gears right here, the nose gear struts, the nose gear door featuring the registration ship number, partial registration ship number on it, 801, the pitot tubes, the static ports, the nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit window. But more important, you see that Star Lines decal that sits between the cockpit windows and the L1 boarding door. ANA All Nippon Airways became the second Asian operator at the Bangkok-based Thai Airways International that joined the Star Alliance on October 15, 1999, which consists of 27 airline members from 5 inhabited continents, and this alliance includes Air Canada, Lufthansa, SAS Scandinavian Airlines System, Thai Airways International, and United Airlines as the 5 founding members. And you also see the 787 billboard tile you see there in front of the aircraft there as well. Alright, we're at the center of the aircraft on the lower part of the fuselage, and what you're looking at is the landing bogey gears on this side of the aircraft, featuring the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear doors. And more important, you're looking at these big massive engines you see in here, featuring the engine cones that's painted in blue, somewhat makes it more realistic and appealing. And these are the Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 type engines that are used on this particular ANA All Nippon Airways Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner aircraft. You also see the Rolls-Royce logo displayed on there as well. And the purpose of that sawtooth pattern you see there is just about right here. The purpose of the sawtooth pattern is for two reasons and two reasons only: for noise reduction and help improve fuel efficiency at the same time. Now I'm going to turn this aircraft model around and let you see the front of the engines. Let's check it out. Now you're looking at the front of the engines here on the port side of the aircraft, featuring the engine stripes right there, and the turbofan blades do spin as I mentioned earlier. Perfect. And then there's the inboard landing light right there in the triangular pattern. Got 3 little dots in there that makes it more realistic and appealing, as well as the front visual view of the landing gears here on the side of the aircraft, featuring the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear doors. Alright, now you're looking at the front of the engines here on the starboard side of the aircraft, featuring the end stripes over here as well. And the turbofan blades spin just as well over here. Perfect. And then there's the inboard landing light right there on the edge of the wing over here, as well as the front visual view of the landing gears here on this side of the aircraft, featuring the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear doors. Now looking at the front of the aircraft, we got a view of the top, the pod escape hatch door. I'll show you a better visual view of that later on. You got a better visual view of the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, the nose cone, the nose gear door, as well as the landing gear lights inside of the nose gear door, the landing gear struts, as well as the front landing nose gears. Okay. Alright, now you're looking at the center of the aircraft still here on the port side of the aircraft where you see the ANA billboard title right there. And then more important than next to that ANA title is the E-Flight decal. And ANA All Nippon Airways actually launched this particular environmental program called E-Flight on October 1st, 2009 on certain flights between Tokyo Haneda and Sapporo and Okinawa, Japan, as well as from Tokyo Narita and Singapore respectively, allowing passengers an opportunity to experience green amenities and eco-conscious services, which was actually aimed to promote a strong ecological message as well as its eco-friendly amenities and services related to air travel as part of ANA's environmental initiative of promoting ecological travel on the ground as well as in the sky. As ANA continues to work towards the reduction of aircraft noise and CO2 emissions as part of the E-Flight environmental program, as ANA All Nippon Airways actually became the first corporation in the transportation industry that was actually awarded the honorable prestigious Eco First Award by the Ministry of the Environment of Japan. Alright, and next to the E-Flight decal is the Dreamliner decal. Okay, let's check that out. Alright. This aircraft in particular was given the name Dreamliner in July 2003 after a public naming competition was held for the 787, in which this aircraft was originally named, as the E was said to have stood for various things such as environmentally friendly or efficiency. However, Boeing later revealed that the E actually stood for 8, and after casting approximately 500,000 votes in more than 160 countries around the world, the Dreamliner was the favorite choice name for this particular aircraft and was officially given the name the Boeing 787 Dreamliner in January 2005, as this decal can actually be seen on most of the 787s that are currently flying today. Alright, we're at the back of the aircraft here on the port side, and what you see there is the 3 stripes on this aircraft. And the 3 blue stripes that's displayed here on the rear of the fuselage represents the 3 core elements of the airline service brand that operate across the ANA network. Innovation, which will be this right here. Uniqueness, right here. And the inspiration of modern Japan, you see there. Okay? And then you see the Japanese flag decal next to the 3 stripes. And this actual flag decal actually represents the country where ANA All Nippon Airways currently operates from as one of the major flag carrier airlines for the country of Japan. And right above the Japanese flag decal is the registration ship number JA-801A. Okay, before I go into the registration number information, I've got to show you down there. There's the AFT boat bin door right there. Registration ship number JA-801A. This particular aircraft is the very first Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner that was delivered in the world, as well as the very first Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner aircraft that actually entered the ANA All Nippon Airways fleet. And the first test flight on this aircraft took place on September 1st, 2011, and was delivered to launch customer ANA All Nippon Airways on September 25th, 2011, as this aircraft was one of 2 Boeing 787s that sported the Dreamliner Mackerel livery scheme until this aircraft was eventually repainted in the airline standard ANA Inspiration of Japan livery scheme in February 2017. Alright, still at the back of the aircraft here on the port side where you see the ANA painted on that blue tail fin. Alright, now you're looking at the back of the aircraft, and what you see there is the APU, Auxiliary Power Unit exhaust hole right there, and it is a hole right there. And right next to the APU exhaust hole and by the horizontal stabilizer is the strobe light you see displayed there, as well as the entire aircraft from the rear view angle. Check it out. There it is, the ANA Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner aircraft from the rear view angle. Now you're looking at the front of the aircraft here on the starboard side, where you see the nose gears here, the nose gear struts, the nose gear door featuring the partial registration ship number on the door, 801, the repeater tubes, the static ports, the nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit window, the Star Alliance decal, the E-Tops decal, the 787 decal displayed there, as well as the front cargo container loading door displayed there as well. Alright, now you're looking at the center of the aircraft here on the starboard side, where you see the Dreamliner decal, the E-Flight decal, the ANA decal, the Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 type engines on this side, featuring the Rolls-Royce logo displayed on the engine cowling, as well as the landing bogey gears here on the side of the aircraft, featuring the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear doors. Now you're looking at the rake wingtip here on the side of the aircraft, featuring the green navigation light displayed on the side near the edge of the rake wingtip. Now you're looking at the rake wingtip. I forgot to show you that earlier. The rake wingtip on the port side, featuring the red navigation light that's displayed next to the rake wingtip. Alright, now you're looking at the back of the aircraft here on the starboard side, where you see the rear cargo container loading door right there, as well as the three stripes that represents innovation, uniqueness, as well as the inspiration of modern Japan you see there. And then you see the Japanese flag decal, the registration ship number, as well as the ANA decal displayed on the blue part of the tail fin of this aircraft. And right between the horizontal stabilizers and the APU exhaust hole, that is the strobe light on this side of the aircraft. Okay, before I show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model, as well as the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model in full detail, allow me to let you check out one feature, which is the rolling gears. Alright, rolls pretty good so far. Okay, alright. It tilts. And the nose gear swivels as well, you see there, as well as over there. Okay, so with that said, allow me to show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model. Okay, let's check it out. Alright, now you're looking at this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view, and we're going to start at the front, where you see the nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit window. You got a better visual view of the pilot-escape hatch door, as I mentioned earlier. Then you slide up here, you see the anti-collision beacon light, another high-frequency antenna. You slide up here, the ADF antennas in 3D, the Wi-Fi box antenna right there, a couple more antennas there, the vertical stabilizer known as the tail, the horizontal stabilizer featuring the black dot right there, as well as over here. That black dot you see on the horizontal stabilizer, everyone, that is called the Luminaire Light, and the purpose of this Luminaire Light is to light up this tail here when it flies during nighttime. Now let's check out the wings. See the wings right here. See the no step warning information there. See the aerial bird's eye view of the Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 engines there, as well as the flaps, slats, aileron spoilers, what have you. The registration ship number, the fuel dump valve, as well as the aerial bird's eye view of the rake wingtip. And let's check on this side here. The wing, the no step information you see displayed there. The aerial bird's eye view of the Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 engine here, as well as the flaps, slats, aileron spoilers, what have you. The Japanese flag decal displayed there, the fuel dump valve, as well as the aerial bird's eye view of the rake wingtip on this side of the aircraft as well. Alright, now you're looking at the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model. We're going to start at the front here. See the nose cone, the closed nose gear door, as well as the open nose gear door, the front nose gear. And then we slide up this way, the anti-collision beacon light, the hole where the stand goes in it, another high frequency antenna, and the APU housing doors. Okay, now let's check out the gears over here. The gears tilt, they tilt a little bit, it's a little challenging. Okay, it tilted, alright. And then you got the Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 engine right there. See the on this side here, as well as the flaps, slats, aileron spoilers, what have you. The registration ship number, the fuel dump valve, as well as the underneath view of the rake wingtip on this side. Now let's check out this side of the aircraft. The gears over here, okay, it tilt pretty good. And you got the Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 engine here, featuring the Rolls-Royce logo displayed on this side of the aircraft, as well as the flaps, slats, aileron spoilers, what have you. Japan logo, the Japanese flag logo there, the fuel dump valve, as well as the underneath view of the rake wingtip on the side of the aircraft as well. Alright, since I showed you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model, as well as the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model in full detail, now I'm going to put it on a nice little white metal model stand that actually came with the model. So with no further ado, here is the model on the stand. Check it out. Alright, finally got this model on the stand with no problem, no hesitation. As you see it being displayed in a takeoff land position with the model on the stand being viewed from the port side. Now you see it being displayed in a takeoff land position with the model on the stand being viewed from the front view angle. Now you see this model being displayed in a takeoff landing position with the model on the stand being viewed from the starboard side. And finally, you're seeing this model being displayed in a takeoff landing position with the model on the stand being displayed from the tail cam angle. Okay, before I take this model off the stand, I got in this position for a reason, and the reason is the detachable gears that came with this model, they magnetic as well, so I'm going to go ahead and take them off, starting with the front nose gear here first, as you see there. Perfect. The gears here on the port side, you see there, as well as the gears here on the starboard side, you see there. Okay, so with no further ado, I'm going to let you see this model at a different angle without the gears while displayed in the in-flight mode position. Check it out. Okay, now you see this model being displayed with the model on stand while it's displayed in the in-flight mode position without the gears. Now you got one or two options how you wish to choose to display your model. If you want to continue to display your model in this position like this without the gears in in-flight mode position, that's fine. Remember these gear replacement doors I showed you earlier in this plastic bag? That's the purpose of these gear replacement doors. While you just substitute your gears while you display your model like this in the in-flight mode position, or you can display it in the other option, which is the gear down position with the gears on there. Gears up, gear down, your choice. I choose to leave mine on there because it adds more value to the model. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and put these gears back on this model, take this model to stand, and go ahead and wrap up this model for you. Okay. Okay, let's talk about the seating configuration. ANA All Nippon Airways has 3 seating configured cabin layout versions that they actually use on their Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner aircraft. However, on this particular ANA All Nippon Airways Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner aircraft, it seats 240 passengers in a 2-class configured cabin layout. Here's the breakdown, everyone, from rows 1 to 7, which will be from here to about right here. You have 42 business class bulkhead live flatbed seats, and rows 12 to 34, which will be from here all the way back to the rear of the aircraft. You have an additional 198 standard economy class seats, which brings the total to 240 seats. And finally, ANA All Nippon Airways currently employs their Boeing 787-8 Dreamliners on routes from Osaka Atami to Sapporo New Chitose, Tokyo Haneda, from Tokyo Haneda to Bangkok, Beijing Capital, Fukuoka, Hakodate, Hanoi, Hiroshima, Honolulu, Shigaki, Jakarta, Indonesia, Kagoshima, Kumamoto, Matsuyama, Miyazaki, Akiyama, Okinawa, Osaka Atami, Paris Charles de Gaulle, Shanghai Hangzhou, Shanghai Pudong, Sydney, Taipei Songshan, and Gatmasu, and from Tokyo Narita to Delhi, Ho Chi Minh City, Jakarta, Kuala Lumpur, Manila, Mexico City, Mumbai, Phnom Penh, Seattle Tacoma, Shanghai Pudong, Taipei Taiwan, and Perth Australia, which will begin on September 1st, 2019. Well, everyone, this will conclude this model review. I'd like to know if you got this model or you plan on getting this model, if you can snatch your hands on it. Your only outside chance of getting this model is on eBay. Other than that, you're pretty much out of luck. This has become very hard and very scarce to find as we speak. So with that said, take care, God bless, stay tuned. There's more content coming. Peace.